International broadcasters announces the forthcoming storm surge and hurricane, where the weather seems threatening and disturbing people's jobs. At exactly 2 hours to landfall in Annieville, South Carolina, we see a girl named Dakota who's trying to order a healthy food, which is burger because it comes with tomatoes, although didn't accept to deliver because of the weather, yet she suggests she seems certain the grocery shop is open as she goes out herself to get something else to eat. It happens that she has respiratory condition where it kind of made her pass out before a man touches her as he happens to know her, letting her know the city isn't safe at the moment, saying they all are asked to evacuate the area due to the storm as she heads back home. Anyways, a group of kids happens to be enjoying the water where one pretends to be gone but scares them. It gets to Will's turn before their foster dad's car pulls over as he yells at them because there might be snakes and sharks in the swamp as he proceeds to take them along. We see a pregnant lady who works at McKay's meat where she seems to be heading home, but meets Bob, who says the boss wants him to fill another load before calling it a day as she leaves. On her way, Lisa and her mom gets into an argument because of her fiancé who got her pregnant, having an issue she's now a poker player and a DJ due to the fact she doesn't want to move to his town, though her mom changes the topic, where she suggests Lisa gives birth in the tub, the way her sister did it because of cost. At some point, she realizes Lisa hasn't left town, yet lets her know the storm is going to be heavy as they already closed the interstate, suggesting she goes to a higher ground for safety. To another scene, Dale and his colleagues stood talking about the forthcoming storm where Gray comes with an info about the storm as Dale decides to call his niece to know if she's safe, where he tells her he could come pick her up to a safe place, letting her know the storm could be a Category 5, which could land in Annieville exactly on her, though she doubts what everyone thinks about the storm, believing everything's going to be fine. Although Dale knew she's hurt by her mom's death, suggesting she moves, as she finally agrees he can come pick her up. Exactly 22 minutes to landfall, we see a foster parent taking the kids to his home, while in another scene where he goes to meet his wife as they attempt having a romantic time, one interrupted saying she's hungry, giving her bread instead of the steak she cited, letting her know the basement is off limit. While in another scene, we see Dakota sitting as the news reports someone was attacked by sharks due to the storm, yet she ignores as she watches some old videos about her mom and her having fun. Lisa happens to be searching for shelter where it turns out everywhere seems locked as she goes back into her car, where she feels a sharp pain from the stress as she plays a soft music to feel relaxed. The time for landfall has come where the water breaks the walls of the city. Lisa happens to be heading out where Bob sees her, who seems distressed as he lets her know he almost got hit by a tree as he quickly warns her not to go there, instead to turn around, which she did but got stuck into a tree. Dakota felt something isn't right as she goes to check it out, but before you know it, the flood enters her precious home, even Mr. Billy's home, as it shattered their glasses. Water seems too strong as it causes Lisa to be badly stuck on the tree. Even Bob's truck crashed really bad. Fortunately, some guys came through where they listened carefully as they heard someone screaming for help. The one named Scott goes to check it out where he sees Lisa, although introduces himself as Scott, even going as far as assuring to help her as he sends Jimmy to get the cutter. When coming to hand it to him, it happens that sharks are in the water where it devours Jimmy. Bob knew what was going on as he attempts to help, but a shark instantly devours him. Meanwhile, Dakota, after seeing this, tries to warn Scott there's sharks in there. Little did he know he was next as it eat him too. Dale and his crew heard the reporter say the storm has gotten into I-17 where many cities including Annieville looks flooded as he takes a look, convincing him to hit the road for his niece. Anyways, the kids looks from a distance as their foster parents tries to get their car, but little does he know that there are sharks as one bites off his hand while the other kills his wife. He tries again to enter his car, but the sharks devours him this time. The kids saw all this with their 2 eyes. However, Dakota tries calling the police to come save the pregnant lady, but it seems pointless as she slumbers deeply but summons courage to help the pregnant lady, where she finds her way gently to the kitchen, grabbing a knife, then head outside where she slips as she lands on a car. Dakota kept going as she got to the pregnant woman, although sharks were still in the water. Dakota uses the knife to cut through the hard branches as they successfully head inside, which she genuinely thank her for saving her and her unborn child. On their way, Dale colleague shows him Dakota's house, where it turns out it's close to the great Nelly they've been tracking for ages, and some bull sharks. A Nelly happens to be a great white shark. One of the foster kid named D goes to close the door, though when trying to do so, some shark swims, although almost lost balance, but Ron goes quickly to save her, where she almost gave up. Lisa now seems comfy as she asks where her parents were, though says her mom passed few months back and her dad died a long time ago. The lady suggests she makes a sign for rescuers to notice that there are people in there, which Dakota agrees, yet realizes she's having contractions where she truly feels for her as she goes to the roof using curtains to make a help sign. In the meantime, Ron suggests they look for solutions in the basement where their foster parents banned them from going. After Dakota does that, it happens that the contraction keeps coming, where the lady suggests she examines her vaginal to know the inches, but Dakota lets her know the baby's head is showing at this distress situation. Dale and his crew arrives at Annieville, where they ready themselves to search for Dakota. Meanwhile, the foster kids suggest to use the steak they saw in the fridge as bait and guns. Although one reminds Ron their foster dad don't like them going to his basement, which he seems happy is gone, but little do they know he was in the water all this while. On the other hand, Dakota couldn't keep seeing the lady in pain as she strikes a plan to go get the boat she once saw, where she tells the lady her uncle, who's a marine biologist, once told her about how vibrations mimic the distress signals of injured fish, hoping his theory would work, gathering equipment that vibrates. When Billy saw the kids, he didn't seem sorry. He wanted to leave them and go, yet he yells at them to go get some help, which Ron reminds him everywhere's flooded. Will happens to pick up a note as it states the money is for monthly foster stipend $15,000 as he tries to cover it up before Dee pushes him into the water where sharks devours him. While the sharks seems busy devouring him, Ron goes for the basement where he grabs the meat and tries grabbing a gun but seems stuck. Although lets it go, but something seems to be hooking his sweater where a shark seems to be present as he brilliantly distracts it with a fallen can as he forces his way out where he grabs a box along back to the table. Dakota's plan seems to be working perfectly as the vibratory fools the sharks up until there was none left. The sharks seems to be heading her way, then she realized they were all heading somewhere else, giving her the chance to swim to the boat. Anyways, the reporter asks why Dale decided to study sharks, though Dale replies he grew up in Zambezi River, where one animal scares them the most, which isn't the sharks but the hippos, saying when he was little he went to the river to find some seafood, but instead a hippo appears from nowhere, just about to devour him. It happens that two bull sharks happens to be attacking it where he saw fear in the most feared animal in the river, letting them know ever since then, he got interested in the one animal that can bring fear to the hippos, saying the bull sharks hates the bigger sharks. The signal comes back on, where they see lots of dots that represents sharks as they sail through. The pregnant lady seems ready to give birth, though isn't the right time as she tries to stay relaxed, but as she attempts pushing, the building collapses where she managed to go out, delivering her baby right inside the water. Happy moment, yes, but her blood attracted sharks to her as she uses a sharp wood to cut the umbilical cord before she uses it to stab the shark as it flees. Dakota couldn't reach Lisa as she sights the shark where she shoots it on time with a shark gun. Meanwhile, the kids improvises, Ron being the leader as he wrapped the meats on the dynamite he got from the box where he throws it over the door. Even so, Will tells them vibration is the key to make sharks attack, where they go close to the bomb, making a hell of noise, drawing the sharks' attention as they run back, where it blows the sharks up. Although, Dakota finally reaches Lisa, but seems stranded though her uncle and his crew comes just in time as he throws a vibrator inviting the Nelly shark as it devours the bull shark where they take them out of the water. Lisa calls her mom, showing her grandson, while the kids decides to head somewhere uncertain with Billy's car. So there you have it, the last survivors of Annieville City. Hope you enjoyed the movie. Well, don't forget to subscribe for more.